Every influencer that sells a course is making millions. Courses and mentorships are a $1 billion industry. And here's how I profit at least $500 to $1,000 every single day from courses without selling my own course. I don't do shit. I don't fulfill the own course. I don't train people. I just close the deals. I just actually sell the mentorships for these people. Because obviously, imagine like a big influencer, like Brez Scales, for example, that has like 1 million followers on Instagram, right? This guy isn't going to sit on Zoom calls closing deals for his own mentorship. I'll go deeper into how it works and what I do to make all this money and how I've actually traveled. Oh shit! And how I've actually traveled all over the world. You know, whatever, Thailand, Shanghai, Dubai, Bali, London, whatever. Where you get the point. Now, I'm going to start it all by explaining exactly how everything works and how to actually understand the basis behind it, what it is, and how to start from here. So it's called high ticket sales. And you may have heard of it before. You may have heard of it. You may think you know what it is, but let me actually go deeper into it so you actually do know exactly what it is, what it looks like, and how to actually make money off of it. So first thing, you may think, first of all, influencers make money off ad revenue, sponsors, whatever. They don't, right? For example, a random creator with 600 followers, 600K followers, so 600,000 followers, sorry, right? He's not making money from, let's say, an e-com guy with that many followers. He's not making cash from fucking ad revenues, right? Like 2K a month, 3K a month is bullshit. They all make money from their course. Let me show you why, right? Out of 600,000 followers, right? Imagine he got very, very unlucky and he was shit at selling the program. Let's say he sold 40 people on an average price point of $5,000, right? Which 5K is a very cheap, like it's an average kind of price point for a mentorship. Like they usually range between like 3 to 10 to 20 to $30,000, right? So 5K is a bit average. Let's say you sell 40 of these for $5,000, which is a bit average. You end up with $200,000, right? Now, let's say you close the deals for this guy, right? And you close 40 people every single month, which are 30 days in a month. So you've got hella time. That's $20,000 a month for you in commissions, in pure commissions to do whatever the fuck you want with. Online, from your laptop, where you can travel the world. You have full location freedom whenever you want. All you got to do is put 6 to 8 to 12 hours a day. Well, it depends how much you want to make, right? Because there are clothes making upwards of 50K a month, right? It depends how much you want to make. But yeah, the point is you can make a lot of money with, a mediocre amount of work, traveling the world, doing what you want, right? Anyway, next slide. So, obviously, this makes sense. This is just like removing your limiting beliefs. Obviously, your next question might be, but okay, so why did they need you? Why don't they just put a landing page saying 5K? When is the last time you have ever bought something for 5K on a fucking landing page? Never. Probably never. Because, well, why would you? You want to speak, like no one buys without speaking to somebody first, right? So what you'll do is you'll book a consultation call. So obviously a call with the closer, me, right? But before you book a call with the closer, me, there's also something called an appointment setter. Now, how it works is buyer, he goes through the link in the guy's bio, for example, and he gets called by an appointment setter. They will call him and book the appointment with the closer. Now, for every deal closed, the appointment setter gets 5% and the closer gets 10%, or on average. It could be 15%, it depends, right? But the point is, at least the buyer gets to talk to multiple people before even beginning pitched to 5K. And by that point, he should have had so many conversations and he should be so sure of the investment that he just pays, right? So obviously, no one is buying from just a link on a landing page. This makes sense. Anyway, last thing. Another question you might have. Okay, so if, he's making so much money off courses, if the influencer is making so much money off courses, why doesn't he just take the sales calls himself? Bro, really? Like a guy with 600,000 followers that's probably making 500 to a million a month, do you think he has time to take sales calls? Like, bro, realistically, right? The guy is probably filming 3 hours a day for his content, posting DMs, running the rest of the business. Okay, editing might be outsourced, but hey. Okay, do you really think he has time to take like 6 to 12 sales calls a day, which are all 1 hour each? No, right? They have multiple salespeople taking 6 to 12 sales calls every single day. Like, bro, he does not have time for that. And neither would you want to do that. Like, imagine being an offer owner, making that much. Would you want to take sales calls all day? Would you want to sit on calls with retards all day? No, obviously not. So No, why the fuck would you? Like, if I was the offer owner, I'm not doing that. I'm fucking getting someone else to do that shit. Getting someone else to trench that shit. But when you're starting out and all you have to do is just sales calls, it's great because you've got nothing else to do. Like, the offer owner doesn't want to manage everything else plus the fucking sales calls. That's a headache, right? But anyway, that's why. Okay. Now, last thing, next slide. Now, this is a bit over exaggerated. Let me just slide in. Let me just fucking. I've over exaggerated this a little bit, right? This is to show you how powerful this is and how powerful working for a course is. Now, these numbers are all exaggerated. Like I've lowered them and made them way more realistic than they actually are, because just to show you how powerful it is. Like, realistically, like, for example, right? For example, the influencer has 600K, as the same example as the whole thing. Let's say there's 50,000 people that actually watch this guy consistently all the time, right? Let's say 300 want in, actually want to buy. So they go through the funnel, they see what it's about. Let's say 25 book the call out of 600K. Now, obviously, it'll be a lot more, but obviously it's over exaggerated. Let's say 10 buy. 10 buy at a 5K price point. That's 50K. Commissions wise, that's 5K a month. Like, that's probably double your job, right? By closing 10 deals, that's 10 hours of work a month. You probably work about 80 hours a month. Now, 80 hours a week, sorry. It's like 100, that's like 100 hours, 160 hours a month. Like, that's the difference, right? For more money. Now, as I was saying, these are over exaggerated. So the real numbers will look like, okay, 600K followers, probably 200K actually watching him, probably like 50K actually wanting in, and probably like 5K calls booked, which is probably like a lot more money, as you can guess, right? It's probably like $1 million right here, right? Or maybe 2 million, right? But the point is, I've just made it so dulled down that you actually understand the power of this. Anyway, next slide. Right, look, the whole entire point of this is to understand what you're doing on the call. So pretty much your whole entire job is having conversations with people to close them, as you understand already. The point is, the creator does everything, right? You may think, okay, well, why don't I become a creator? Well, at the start, you don't have skills. You don't have any skills. Forget just closing. Unless you want to learn filming, editing, thumbnails, posting daily, making the offer, the ads, the community, refunds, the team, like managing the team, customer emails, websites, and chasing payments, don't start your own offer until you can actually hire all these people, right? Anyway, your only goal, right, is to close the deals. You don't sell the product. Like, you don't give them the products. You don't fulfill a product. You don't need money to start. You don't need an audience. You don't need a website. You just need a laptop, Wi-Fi, and speaking fucking English, right? Done. Simple as that. You can do it from anywhere you want, whenever you want, then what the fuck you want. You can close on your balcony, outside in the sun, who gives a fuck? Like, is it night? Is it as optimal as it sounds? No, not really. But you can if you want to. Anyway, simple as that. That is literally all you need to get started. Now, next thing. Listen, you may think, okay, but I don't, this all sounds good, but I don't know how to start. Listen, bro, 94% of the selling is done within the content. So someone that's going through the funnel will go through the actual funnel and they already want to buy. Like, yes, being good at sales is good, but we're teaching the framework, it'll be the same thing every time, right? But the point is, most people, they've already made their mind up before the sales call. Most people. They're just like, they're almost there, right? They're almost there, they're half in, half out, they're almost there. They just need that extra 6% little push, and they're there, they're through, right? Now, obviously, right, there's always going to be people that just want to buy. So realistically, even as a beginner sales guy, you're going to be closing deals. You're going to be making a bit of money. Like, realistically, you're going to be closing at like 30-40%, which is still like a decent amount, right? So no worries, you will still close deals when starting out, which is why it's the fastest business model to actually make money in, right? So it will scale your skills faster than literally anything else on earth. Anyway, right, I understand maybe you guys are looking at this and thinking, okay, how do I actually start? How do I actually work with one of these influencers? Maybe you're already doing this and you think, okay, but I can't get an offer, right? Look, if you go in my bio, in my description, I've got a link to apply for a one-to-one call. You can apply for it. Because obviously, I don't want to work with retards, obviously, as I was explaining here, right? A lot of people will, I don't, right? I want serious people who actually do want to make money, Simple as that. So you can apply for a call. After you get on the call, look, pretty much we get you in. Once we get you in, we can place you on an offer. But I get so many DMs from these guys that are looking for closers every single day. Sellers, closers, people looking for sales reps every single day. So I place you guys on the offer, I train you guys up, and I get you guys to 10K a month as soon as possible, right? And I help you guys all the way through the process one-on-one. But anyway, point being, I will give you that extra support if it needs to be, okay? So, what does 45 minutes of your time pay? As I was saying, it's 10%, right? As a closer, it's 10%. So literally, let's say you close a 5K deal. Bro, you take home $500. So let's just compare this compared to your average shift. So like the average job in America is about what, like $11 an hour, around that. I think that's like minimum wage. I'm not sure. It's like $11 an hour, right? So an 8-hour shift at work is $88. 88. A full week, 40 hours of work is $440. One 45-minute sales call that closes is $500. Right, now let's say you have a okay closing rate of 40%, which means you close realistically probably about 1 out of 3 on average. 1 out of 3 sales call close. Your time is still worth like $160 per hour, like around that. Right, at the end of the day, you can work from anywhere on earth, you can work a lot less, and you can make a fuck ton more while building the skill that will make you rich in the future. Simple as that. So your choice. You can choose what you want to do. Anyway, next step. How the sales call will actually work. Right, because obviously it's all nice and good. Like I'll get on a sales call. It's not just chatting shit. Obviously, you don't just get on a Zoom call and chat shit. You understand that, right? So how it works. Now, the whole entire goal is to understand where the prospect is, right? Where they are right now, where they're trying to be. What have they tried, What have they tried so far, right? See what's failed, see what they want, like what is the actual goal, see if it's a good fit, ideally consequence them before. So I say, okay, what happens if you don't do this? What happens if you don't actually take action today? And then bang, the decision, close. Now, I will go more in depth into this, into the one-to-one. So make sure you book below, right? You actually apply below in the description. But I will go more in depth into how this works. If you do need to, comment framework, and I'll make a whole entire video on how to actually do this whole sales call. And I also do have sales call recordings of me closing deals, like 3.8K deals, 8K deals on my YouTube. So go on my YouTube, subscribe, whatever, right? Anyway, so it's pretty simple because all sales is asking questions. So pretty much the prospect is talking 80% of the time. You are talking 20% of the time. So realistically, it's all about asking questions so they get to sell themselves, right? Now, I do want to put this into perspective. The whole entire goal of these calls is helping these people because these programs have real results. As much as people think like mentorships are scams, they're not. Like 80% of them are not scams. They have real results and they genuinely help people. So the whole entire goal is to help people. And you have to understand that if you don't close a deal, you could potentially be hurting someone's life because you didn't close them and you didn't help them, right? So that is an infinite motivation to get better at sales. Simple as that. So the whole goal is pretty simple. As long as you go through the framework, you ask the right questions, it's them talking, them selling themselves while you're just sitting there asking questions, and then you can close them. Okay? Simple as that. Now, last thing. Now, these are more my results, right? Now, this is how it will look like for you. So, for example, let's say you close one deal a week for 5K, right? $500 a week. That's still $2K a month. That's like rent covered, right? I say 2 closes a week. $4K a month. So, you can quit your job, right? 3 closes a week. You can move out and do what the fuck you want. 5 closes a week. You're making fucking 10K a month. $10,000 a month. You can do what you want, travel the world. Like I've been traveling the world constantly on about 10 to 12K a month, right? As I was showing you guys earlier, right? I've been Dubai, Thailand, Bali, London, Shanghai. I've been doing whatever the fuck I want. I've closed over $1.2 million in deals. I've made over like 125K this year. Like just 10K a month. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want, realistically. Like, is it an insane amount? No. But you can do what you want with it. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. Right, and here's proof. Like, here's my proof. This is literally it's like a wire transfer to my bank account. It's like 10K right here. I believe with bonuses it was a little more. So it was like 11K, right? But this is like 10K via direct commissions. But with bonuses, it was 11K. But anyway, this was me making $7,000 in 1 week. So as you can see, I closed $70,000 in 7 days right here. This was my 10K month. This is my actual tracking, 30 days. cash per call 2.7k, right? So there are the direct results that I have done myself, right? Now, so far, back to what I was saying earlier, if you want to try it on your own, absolutely do so. Go on my YouTube, subscribe. I am helping you guys step by step on how to start as well, right? But if you do want the extra support and you want to make sure it works faster, quicker, and you want the best offers possible to make as much money as possible, as fast as possible, apply below. I've got you one-to-one. I will get you the best offers. I will place you on an offer personally, and I will train you personally, right? On setting and closing, obviously, I have the top seller on my offer training in there as well. So if you do want the actual one-to-one support tailored to you, but apply for that. It will change your life. I believe so, 100% sure. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other call. Apart from there, fucking follow me. Look at the other videos. They will help you 100%. Look at my other videos on YouTube. They will help you 1000% sure. Let's fucking run it up. If you want to see more on this, I will make more. As I was saying, if you want to learn more about sales, if you want to learn more about how to sell, comment script on the YouTube video, and I will actually make more videos about the script, the framework, and how to sell. Anyway, from here, I hope it's helped. Let's fucking run it up.